Hello students, welcome to the channel and you are watching the Ultimate English Teacher and Lecturer. Students, in this video I will discuss about the extra short answer type question answer of the play The Browning version by Terence Rattigan. Question 1. What do you learn about Tableau from the initial conversation between him and Mr. Frank? Answer. Tableau is a boy of 16. He is still in the lower fifth. He can't specialize until the next term if he gets his from division all right. Since his master, Mr. Crocker Harris, has not told him the result, he will have to wait till the next day to learn his fate. Question 2. You know that he's like Sir, says Tableau. What leads him to say so? What light does this throw on the man talked about? Answer. Tableau does not know if he has got his form. It is because his master, Mr. Crocker Harris, does not tell them the result like the other masters. He is a bit different. When Frank says that, a ruler says that form results should only be announced by a headmaster on the last day of term. Tableau says that none else except Mr. Crocker Harris pays attention to it. This shows that the man is a stickler to the rules. Question 3. Which course of study does Tableau prefer and why? Answer. Tableau prefers science to literature. He finds it is a good deal more exciting than his play, which he considers quite unpleasant. Question 4. How does Tableau react to Mr. Frank's query? And you considered view is that the Agamemnon is Mark? Answer. Tableau modifies his stand. He says that he does not think the play is a mark. It has a good plot, in fact, a wife murdering her husband and all that. His opinion is based on the way it is taught to them. Just a lot of Greek words strung together and 50 lines if one gets them wrong. Thus, Tableau draws a fine distinction between the study of science and literature. Question 5. For whom is Tableau waiting and why? How does he feel? Answer. Tableau is waiting for his master, Mr. Crocker Harris. He has come in to do extra work on the last day of term because he missed a day last week when he was ill. Since the weather is quite fine, he feels quite unhappy to be confined in a room. He might as well be playing golf. Question 6. How according to Tableau Mr. Crocker Harris is unlike other masters? Answer. Other masters would certainly give a chap from after his taking extra work. But Mr. Crocker Harris is unlike them. When Tableau asked him about his form, he told the boy that he had given him exactly what he deserved, no less and certainly no more. Tableau is afraid that he might have marked him down, rather than up for taking extra work. Question 7. How does Tableau react to Frank's suggestion? Why don't you cut? You could still play golf before lockup. Answer. Tableau is really shocked at this suggestion. He reacts strongly and says that he could not cut Mr. Crocker Harris. It has never been done during his stay there. If he did so, nobody could predict the consequences. Perhaps he would follow Tableau home or do some such extraordinary thing. Question 8. Why do you think Frank envies Mr. Crocker Harris? What possible reason make him so unique? Answer. Frank envies Mr. Crocker Harris for the effect he seems to have on the boys in the farm. They all seem scared to death of him. He wants to know what he does, whether he beats them all or does something else which is awe-inspiring. Tableau informs Mr. Frank that Mr. Crocker Harris is not a sadist. Question 9. How according to Tableau does Mr. Crocker Harris differ from other masters in his reaction towards others? Answer: Mr. Crocker Harris is not a sadist like some other masters. He does not get pleasure out of giving pain. If he were a sadist, he would not be so frightening. It would show he has some feeling, but he hasn't any. He is all dry like a nut. He seems to hate people to like him, but other masters like being liked. Question 10. What leads Mr. Frank to comment, "I'm sure you are exaggerating"? Answer: Taplow says that Mr. Crocker Harris seems to hate people to like him. Yet, in spite of everything, Taplow does rather like him. He can't help him. He thinks that sometimes Mr. Crocker Harris notices it, and that seems to shrivel him up even more. These observations of Taplow seems far-fetched, so Mr. Frank remarks that he is exaggerating. Question 11. How does Taplow refute the charge that he is exaggerating? Answer: Taplow says that the other day Mr. Crocker Harris made one of his classical jokes in the class. Nobody understood it, so no one laughed. At last Taplow laughed because he knew the master had meant it as funny. He did so out of ordinary common politeness. Secondly, he felt a bit sorry for him for having made a poor joke. Mr. Crocker Harris did not praise Taplow for it. Question 12. How did Mr. Crocker Harris react to Taplow's action of laughing at his joke? Answer: He noticed that Taplow had laughed at his little joke. He confessed that he was pleased at the progress Taplow had made in his Latin. It was clear from the fact that he had understood so radically what the rest of the firm did not. Then he asked Taplow to explain the joke to the rest of the class.